What's up, my natural beauties? I'm back with it. What's up, my natural beauties? I'm back with another video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jessica, aka Her Natural Beauties, and in today's video, I'm giving you 5 tips on marriage from an unmarried woman. I just have to do this disclaimer before I continue because I know people will come for me because they think, who is she to give us marriage advice when she's not married? These opinions are from me looking from the outside, so of course I wouldn't know what it is from the inside. But when the divorce rate is so high here in the US, it's not easy to ignore. And we see it in the movies, we see it in the TV shows. Even though it's just TV, there's always a reality to it. Yes, this may be a much hated video because how can I give marriage advice to married people when I'm not even married myself? Well, you come up with these things when you see stuff being done wrong. And I know you're like, what is wrong in a marriage if you don't know and you've never been in one? Well, let's see. There's a lot of things that you just see and you know it's wrong. And you know something different can just be done to fix it or to help it or to just change it. Something can be done, something can be fixed. So without further ado, I'll take my handy phone here with my notes and my Ritz crackers, and I'll shed a little light. Shed a little light for your love. Some of these tips you've already heard, of course, from different people, but I just need to get it off my chest. I need to elaborate on it. So the first tip I want to give is communication. When I say communication, I mean things like nobody's perfect when it comes to communication, and everybody has to know that. So when people try to get their point across to their spouse, yelling and arguing will not do it. Blaming each other will not do it. If there's a problem, state it in a humble manner. Do not go to your spouse as if you're already right, because that will spark up an argument, okay? You go to them. Even ask how they feel first, and then you introduce your side of the argument, quote unquote, not an actual argument. But this may just give them a thought as to maybe he or she is not just thinking about themselves, So just try those things with communication. It may just work. Next one is finances. Now, from what I've read, from what I've heard, all of the above, finances can be one of the major causes of divorce. We say this, we believe it, then we go through it. But using communication, you can get through it. When money's being stretched in the household and bills are taking up most of it, talk about the budget, cut some costs, and move some money, If you are married, working together can solve most of your problems, okay? Just sit down, talk to each other, and see where the money is going. Also, don't live above your means. Don't be that family that likes to travel, shop, do all these extravagant things. If you go and fly out to Italy one week, the next week the light bill is due, you don't want your family being in the dark. And then this is where it comes to someone blaming the other spouse for their excessive spending, or, oh, you talked me into this idea, this and that, and this and that. And when it comes to blaming, don't ever blame the other spouse for the financial issues in the household, especially when you're not doing your best to contribute to the family. And if you are doing your best to contribute to the family, that's when you use communication, talk to your spouse, and see how this can get fixed. When blaming comes into play, then the defense automatically gets put up by the other spouse, because now it may cause a pride issue, like it's their fault. They don't want to be wrong. Everybody wants to be right. Everybody wants to plead their case and say, it's not my fault, I didn't do it. Then that's when the finger gets pointed to you. I didn't do it, you did it. So let's try to stay away from that, okay? Fidelity. There's never a perfect couple, perfect marriage, okay? Don't step outside of your marriage because you're not feeling loved. There are so many things you can do to try and fix it. Now, I'm not saying this is gonna fix it completely, but you can sit down and talk to your spouse about how you're not getting enough affection, enough appreciation, compassion, anything of that sort. If you have tried that and it's not working, and you've thought about him or her, think about the kids. What are you teaching them? What are you showing them is okay to do? You have to think about your children, if you have any. And if you don't have any, you think about your spouse. How would they feel? How would you feel afterwards? Everything has consequences, so just know that it does. Another tip is be the best spouse you can be. Try your best to please your spouse. Now, I'm not saying be at their beck and call, being their handmaid, any of that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being their support system, being there when they are falling so you can pick them up, being their listening ear and understanding ear. It's not always about what you want from your spouse. You need to ask sometimes, what do they want from you? Because if you're always thinking about what you want, then you're being selfish. You know, you have to ask sometimes, what can I do better for you, honey? What can I do better for you? Buying gifts and splurging on your spouse is not always the best way to show your love. Maybe having dinner cooked when he gets home, or having her car fixed when it breaks, or try cleaning up after yourself so she won't have to do it. Those are just some ways you can try to be the best spouse you could possibly be. Because if you're not putting in effort, they won't put in effort. Don't stop trying your best because they're not doing their best. Yes, it's 50-50, but just know when you drop your 50 and their 50 was already at a 20, things are just gonna get worse. And the last tip I wanted to mention, you have to compromise. Just know that everything will not go your way. You just have to know that and suck it up. That is called compromising, okay? Things will be more peaceful and you'll be appreciated. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more content. I promise you guys, you wouldn't regret it. So as I always say, peace up, A-Town down.